Recording.
Good morning, Donna here from Blind Homesteading New Zealand, the Blind Knitter, and I want to welcome you to my garden morning breakfast place today. I am hoping you can see more soon. Wasn't feeling so great yesterday. I had a horrible day and I still feel a bit blah today, kind of just flu-y and sore tummy and headachy. But so I thought getting out this morning and doing something outside in the fresh air will help, hopefully. Yes, so I'm going to clean the chook house out. I'm going to tie back my new tomatoes and feed the chooks and do something with my compost. So I just thought I would bring you along, and yeah, you can enjoy as I go. So I'm going to put you up here. Because I can't see a thing, I'm just hoping like heck you're seeing me, and I will. Oops. Sorry, bear with. There we go. Hopefully you can see me, and hopefully you can see the chook house. So I'm just having a look, and whether you can or can't, I don't know. We'll just give it a go. So I first of all have a whole lot of broad bean shells that I picked my broad beans yesterday, and so these are the shells. I thought I'd give some to the chookadoos to eat because they like a bit of greenery. They're just wanting their feed, their pellets, to be honest, but they'll eat these later. So I spread them around for them, put some in the other run as well, and then the rest of them can go in my compost bins. These two bins here have, I don't want to keep filling because they are full of enough of what we need. So they're ready to use basically. A wee bit on the top that's not, but that's okay. So there's a leaf. So this is my eggshell and tea bag and tissue container that you see me putting in at home in the kitchen. And again, I'm just sprinkling those around. I've got 4 compost bins, so it gets a bit ick, but I haven't had a shower yet this morning, so I just got out of bed, got my clothes on, and I'm just doing. So that's done. What I have here is a friend of mine has compost bins as well, and she loves getting my chook poo. So in return, she gives me horse poo, and so that's full of horse poo, Kenzie, and grass clippings, because I struggle getting grass clippings because we've got a ride on and I don't get there in time. So I'm going to sprinkle these amongst all 4 of the compost bins, I think, because that is something I don't get a lot of. So it's really, with your compost, it's a matter of layering, and you really want greenery so I have tea bags and eggshells, grass clippings, chook poos, horse poo would be my most main ones, and spread it around so that it's all nice and even. If you dig it up, it's been used so it's quite low, but if you dig it up, if you turn them, they take about 6 months. But if you don't turn them, they take about a year to cultivate into beautiful soil. So this is the horse poo. So I'm just going to sprinkle that and share it between these 2 only, because as I say, those 2 have got most of what I need. I find that the grass clippings are really good because they kind of bring it up to a heat temperature, so that, you know, grass, as it gets hot while it's sitting, gets hot, and it brings it all up to a heat temperature, which helps with the microbiome process. I'm going to fill this with chook poo for my friend so she can have that in return. So that is my compost bins taken care of this morning. I've fed them. It gets very windy here, so I have bricks that I put down a moment ago. Where did I put those? Over there. Bricks that I just sit on the top so that the lids don't blow away. So my next mission is to feed the chicks, which I thought I got pallets ready. This is the blind thing. I try and keep everything all together so I can find it without having to look around, but sometimes I just can't find things. Oh, uneven surface. So I'm going to feed the chooks and clean the chooks. You don't need to see that, it's just shoveling poo, putting it into a container, and some of it, what's left in my compost bins, and then I can bring you back and we can do the tomatoes.
Home. Stop recording. Window. Recording.
Well, I don't know whether I feel better or not, but it's done. Chook house cleaned out. I had to laugh. I've got some eggs in here, 4 eggs so far. They're usually laying between 8 and 10 at the moment. But one of them, that one there, there was a chook outside and I came towards the run with my bucket and spade and it popped out of her bum. So she literally shit herself, excuse my language, in front of me. And the echo must have given her a hell of a fright. Anyway, oh, they always amuse me, those chooks. So I'm so hot and sweaty now, and it's only, oh no, it's 20 past 10, so it's getting on a bit. I thought it was earlier than that. so much for my early start, but yeah, good job done. Chook house cleaned, compost's all sorted. I have wound my tomatoes up around the trellising. I'll show you that another day because I got frustrated with not being able to use the camera outside with my sight challenges. But anyway, good job done. So I'll catch you in a moment.
Stop recording.
So this morning I thought I would finish my video or my vlog with what my last sewing object was, and this is it here. It is a dressing gown. So I love sewing. I did a bit of dressmaking in the day. I made all of my clothes, right down to knickers and underwear and sportswear. My girlfriend and I, we used to sell sportswear for a while when I was in the gym, when I was bodybuilding, and I worked at Benina for, oh gosh, I don't know, 7-8 years. You did really well at school with sewing, got my school C in it, 90-something%. So I was an exceptional sewer. One of the things that I've found a challenge with sight loss is that I can't do it like I used to. And I've had to sort of get used to that. I've had to get used to going back, and it's a bit the same with knitting as well. Do what you can, not what you can't. So yeah, it is a struggle when you sort of did something at quite a high level and then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but over the years, that level has had to drop down, and this, you know, that is tough. But there's no point looking backwards. You have to look forward, don't you? That's the way to go, only forward. So I don't look backwards, just did then. But that's the first time in a long time, and it kind of just got me a bit. It was like, oh, yeah. Anyway, so I still do sew, mostly mending, but I do potter along with stuff, and probably more so less now, not because of my site, but because of the price. It is super expensive to sew, especially when you can go in, excuse me, hay fever, go into a shop and buy a dress for $25, and it's a lovely dress. I try really hard not to do that, but every now and then I fall in love with something and buy it. But I do try not to do that, particularly for items made in China. I minimise. I don't not do it, but I minimise what I do. I just don't like the ethos and philosophies around labour, etc. So I made this dressing gown. It was expensive to make. It cost me $80 for the material. Now I could go and buy one for, I don't know, $30 at the warehouse. However, the one advantage with making your own is you get what you want. So what I wanted was, I wanted a really long one to the floor, and I'm 6 foot and an albatross. I've got huge long arms, so everywhere I looked, I did have a long one years ago, and I loved it because I love snuggling in a dressing gown in the winter. That's my thing. And so I couldn't find one anywhere, so I thought, well, I'll make one. And I brought some fabric. It was the cheapest. The colour's not me, but it's a dressing gown, so hey ho, it's pretty. But yes, so here's my dressing gown. I will turn you around. I'm holding you by hand today because I just want to finish off so I can go. I'm going to knit all day today. It's just going to be a very quiet, lazy day. I've had a super busy week, and so I am going to knit. But I'll turn you around, show you my dressing gown, talk it through, and then I'll say goodbye. Here we go. So here we go. So it is pink, very pink, but hey ho. I can't say I like how big the collar is. It's kind of like a 1970s. In fact, to tell the truth, it was a 1970s pattern because I didn't want to buy another pattern because, by golly, they're expensive. But yeah, that's the collar. I would have liked a shawl collar, and I just couldn't be bothered, so I just did what the pattern said. When I did the pockets, I lined them and folded them over, so a little bit of floral just to break the bright pink. Super long arms so that they come down a good length for me. And it's long, so that model is the same model that is my body. Oh, hay fever, excuse me, it is the season. Anyway, there is my completed dressing gown. I guess what I'm meaning by that I don't do things as well now is if I looked inside, my sewing teacher would drop, she'd roll in her grave. Oh, I've got hay fever. Whew. Anyway, that's my dressing gown. I'm happy with it. It's what I wanted in length, what I wanted in size and snuggly, and it's got big pockets, which I love, and I'll be really happy with that in the winter. So yeah, I'm happy with it. And that's, so there's disadvantages and advantages to sewing. I've got a couple of bits of fabric there. I've got an itchy nose. Couple of bits of fabric there that I'm going to cut out, make a sun frock, or make a couple of sun frocks and some jammy pants. So yeah, that's my next mission on the sewing table. My sewing table is, I'll show, tidy, so I can allow myself to show you. So I've got a banana, which is under there. That's my sewing area. That's all my sewing equipment. I was really blessed that I had an auntie who gave up sewing, and she was a dressmaker, and she just gave me, I've got so much there, just, it'll last me. It's a bit like my wall stash, which is over here. Well, she says over here there is also 2 big bins in the, there's another one down there. It's just coming out to meet me. I need to sort that. But I have 2, look at the day. It's a beautiful day. I have 2 big bins of wool that I need to sort. There's stuff in there that I'll never knit. I just need to get rid, sell, give away. I'll take it to my knitting friends, and they can help themselves, and then I'll give the rest to the op shop. But anyway, that's the end of my ramble for this weekend. It's a bit late. Apologies for that. As I say, I had a super big week last week. I am the chairperson of the local branch of our CCS Disability Action. CCS in the past used to be called Crippled Children's Society. Obviously that name is inappropriate now, so they've changed it to CCS Disability Action. It's a national NGO, and I'm the chair here of our local board, so that's helping and supporting children, or families really, that have disability. It started with, it's 90 years old next year, so it's 90 years. 90 years ago there was a polio epidemic in New Zealand, or around the world, and my mother had polio. She only had one working arm. The other arm was called Floppy. It just used to hang because she had polio when she was 4. It's a story for another day, really. But yeah, so a bit passionate about helping it because of its starting. Anyway, I'm going to have to go and blow my nose because I've got terrible hay fever. That's part of spring. So enjoy your day, and I will catch up with you next time. Bye for now.